Welcome into Unbreakable, a mental wealth podcast with Jay Glazer. I'm Jay Glazer. I'm so excited about today's guest. He is, well, he's my training partner at Unbreakable, but he's also a huge performer. We're going to get to him in a little bit here. He's a huge rapper, huge artist, huge everything. But if you're like many people, you may be surprised to learn that 1 in 5 adults in this country experienced mental illness last year. Yet far too many fail to receive the support they need. Carolyn Behavioral Health is doing something about it. They understand that behavioral health is a key part of whole health, delivering compassionate care that treats physical, mental, emotional, and social needs in tandem. Carolyn Behavioral Health, raising the quality of life through empathy and action. Again, welcome into Unbreakable, a mental wealth podcast with Jay Glazer, my guest today. He has had a hit song in CoCo. He's had a song that Beyonce has used in Coachella. He's had a song that was used in an iPhone commercial. And usually during the week, you could find him trying to punch me in the face at Unbreakable Performance Center, the one and only OT Genasis. How we doing, bud?
Oh, good, brother. I'm good.
How was that for an intro?
That was a great intro.
Am I far off on anything?
Nah, you good. You good.
It's pretty cool. You know, again, we've been trained now together for, how long? About 5 years, 6 years? Like
6 years.
Before COVID, right?
It's before COVID. Maybe
before COVID.
Like 2 years before COVID.
Right. By the way, OT is the only guy to come to my birthday party with a gift for me of Don Julio in 1942 and then drank my entire birthday gift. So
the greatest, bro. That's the greatest.
So don't invite him to your bar mitzvah. But man, we become brothers, obviously. And, we've trained all these years. We sweat, we bleed together. But I never ask you, and I don't know why, because I usually always go into this early, how you got your start. Where did it start?
It started in Long Beach. I'm originally from Long Beach, but it started off I was doing talent shows and everything like that. Like my love.
What age are we talking here?
I'm at this point, I'm around 14.
Okay.
14, but I always had love for music. And back then they used to have music videos. That's what we always lock into. We watch music videos before we go to school. And you always I want to be like that guy. I want to be like that guy. But then in my city, the man was Snoop. Snoop was who we looked up to. And so I bought some equipment, had a producer, bought some equipment, used to go to high school, I'm inside my room. I'm inside the classrooms. I used to always write raps inside the classrooms. So I'm always getting in trouble.
Right.
You're always writing raps inside the classrooms, ditching school, doing all kind of stuff like that. And so maybe I say at the age of 15, the year after that, me working with, Pro Tools and everything like that with me and my boy in the garage. And so now we start making up these songs that only we like. That only we enjoy, because if you record it, you're like, damn, you heard what we did last night? Even if it was trash, Right. It was the fact that we recorded the song was the dopest thing ever. So I got into this talent show. They used to do talent shows out here in Hollywood, actually. It was this guy whose name went by the name of Sean Healy. He had shows. They had a bunch of, what they would do is they would get the artists, and in order to pack up, fill the room, they would have every artist sell 10 to 20 tickets for $10 each. So basically you're selling that to your family members, your friends, or whatever. And then they probably have 20 artists performing that night. But then everybody is selling their tickets to 10 or 20 tickets. Now you got a packed,
a packed house. Yeah.
You got a packed house. And now it's time for you to perform. So they give you a slot. You go perform. I used to crush it, even though without everybody without everybody even knowing my song, and it was just I was just always great at performing. It went from there to me staying at it. A few years later, then.
Wait, so how many years? So this is how many years of you just doing this?
This is
working at your craft when no one's watching. That's what people don't get. They think there's an overnight sensation. There's no overnight success.
Yeah. Before I would say that was 7, 8 years.
7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, perfecting my craft. And then my mom told me one time, she was like, yo, stop, like, what, like, why are you doing this? You're living in a fantasy world. You know, your cousins want to rap. Everybody want to become rappers. You guys got your pants hanging off your ass, doing all this crazy stuff. So my mom was not going for none of it.
And
My
she
mom
wasn't
was
wrong.
like, yeah. No, she wasn't wrong. She was like, no, why you just don't go to school? Because my mom has her master's. So why you just don't go to school? Why you just can't be like her brother's kids. She always goes, why you guys get da? You always want to rap and everything. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, Ma, no, you don't know how good I am. But she wasn't worried about knowing how good I am because she didn't like really mess with that. You know what I mean? Right. That wasn't her thing. Oh damn.
Right. We'll edit that out.
Okay. Damn, I should have put my Hey, what kind of ghetto shit is I got going on over here?
Hey. Press end. Oh no, not on us.
It's a FaceTime. Hold on. I'm trying to press end, but it's a FaceTime. Okay, I put it on.
There we go. Justin could edit that out.
Maybe
we will, maybe we won't.
Let me put the That's the funniest thing ever. Hold on, Jay. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me turn off everything right here. I'm just gonna turn off my phone. I don't want it to go off because I'm using my Wi-Fi is still on my. Let me turn my Wi-Fi off my phone. All right.
Put your phone on airplane mode.
I just did.
Good. All right, go ahead.
Good.
So your mom was sitting there going, "Come on, why are you doing this stuff?" And you're like, "You know how good I am."
Yeah, I'm like, you don't know. I'm like, you don't know how good I am. My mom is like pissed off, because how we looking at rappers and you watch the music videos. So she always like, this is what you come in my room like. This is what you want to watch, And I'm just like, all right, whatever. So it's maybe like 8 years later, 7, 8 years later. I'm doing another like talent show. It wasn't a talent show; it was a club actually. And
is it like open mic night type of things?
Yeah. One of those. And I'm performing, and some guy talked to me after. He said, "Hey, who you signed to?" I'm like, I'm not signing nobody or anything like that. He's like, "All right, can I have your number?" I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." So he was like, "Yeah, I may have something like you have a manager." I'm like, "No, I don't have a manager either." He's like, "Okay." So I get a call like 2 weeks later, and it was like my manager at the time, his name was Dino. And he's like, "Hey, I really like this song that you got." He was like, "We're gonna try to work something out. So let's talk about management." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." But I didn't really know what a manager was. I just thought it was somebody that was trying to take your money.
Right.
I didn't know what it was. I just know I was rapping. That's all I knew. So maybe 2 weeks after that, this is like in 2011. He's like, "Yo, we got somebody on the phone with you." No. Sorry about that. I skipped something. I'm helping my friend move. And as I'm helping him, I'm helping move his stuff out of his apartment. He's about to get a new place. So it's like a Saturday. I'm helping him move. My phone is going off the hook. My phone going off the hook. I don't know why. So, but I'm like, I'll get to that later. We still got stuff in the truck and we move. We got the refrigerator, picking up the refrigerator. My phone is just ringing, or whatever. So they're like, so I pick up the phone, and then Dino calls. He's like, yo, 50 want to get on the phone with you. I'm like, 50? Who? 50? You talking about? He's like, 50 Cent. I'm like, 50 Cent. He's like, yeah. He's like, want to get on the phone with you. I'm like, hell no. So
what do you mean, hell no? Why hell no?
He's like, nah, because I'm blown. I'm moving refrigerators right now. So he said, yeah, give me a minute. So we get on three-way. He has like assistant. He's like, yeah, hey, how you doing, OT? Yeah,
this is you and 50 Cent as assistant.
So it's me, my manager at the time, 50's assistant, and then 50's assistant about to put 50 on the phone.
Okay.
So he's like, yeah, this guy really interesting. His name is 50 Cent. Hold on 1 second. I'm like, all right. He's like, yo. I'm like, and if you know 50 and you familiar with his music, you're like, oh, that's 50 on the phone. so now me and 50 talking, and he cracking jokes the whole time. He like, look, I'm gonna sign you to a deal. I'm gonna sign you to a single deal and see how that goes. And at that time, I didn't even know what the single deal meant either. But basically, if you don't know what a single deal is like, I'm signing you to one song right here, like, for a single, not an album,
Right.
not a couple years, not like one song, and we see how this going, whatever. So now I'm happy. He's like, I know what you're gonna do. Don't go back to your hood telling everybody you super rich. Because I know that's what you're gonna do. And I just started laughing. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna come to LA. I'm gonna come see you. I have a mixer meeting with Power 106 and everything like that. So I'm gonna come see you. Just pull up to the meeting in Santa Monica. I was like, okay, cool. So we do that. We get the deal finalized. Shoot some videos. Go out there, run around with him and Floyd. That's when him and Floyd Mayweather were like super super tight.
Right.
And fly out there, run around, do a couple of shows, everything. So
what was the song? What was the song?
it was the song was called Jackie Chan at the time, right?
Okay.
And it was like I was basically saying like we all used to say that we stunt, but it was another way of saying, we fly or got the flies cars. I was saying I stunt, and I was like, I stunt Jackie Chan. But yeah. Anyway, so that happened, and then he was doing his SK headphones and everything like that. And so I was like, he was real busy. So the song didn't really do what it was supposed to do.
Right. Wait, back up before you even do that. Like, this is what I want people to understand too. I want to know. I want to get educated. You got 50 Cent coming out to do a deal with you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you go learn how to do a deal with 50 Cent?
Yeah. Well, obviously from my manager at the time and my lawyer, it was just like trying to.
You got a lawyer. You got it. You went and got someone.
Yeah.
Did you have a lawyer at the time? You're like, oh shit, I got to do something with 50 Cent. I got to go hire a lawyer.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I got to go get me a lawyer because I don't know how this. I don't know the verbiage or anything.
Yep.
So I got a lawyer, and obviously I had my manager help me, find the right lawyer, and found a lawyer, and then he explained to me what everything meant, and I still didn't know to a T what everything meant, but I kind of had a clue, and I was okay with it. It was just like after the deal was done and the song was out, and it did what it done. I'm kind of like, what's next? What we doing? But at that point, me and him just had a real good friendship, at that point. So it was just like, okay, cool. It was just a single deal. So that's 2011. So I just stayed hustling, stayed grinding.
So wait, so it didn't do what you were hoping it did.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, like, how did you coach yourself up through that? Because that's, in a way, it's heartbreaking, right? You think, here's my big break, and man, it's still not there. And I just say, look, I've had it. It took me 11 years to get my first full-time job covering the NFL. And every time I thought I had something, I think year 5, I got hired by the New York Post. I'm like, here we are. Here's my full-time job. Man, I got $9,000 a year for the New York Post. That's all I got. $9,000 a year. And the editor was like, where you go? Where else are you going to go? You got no experience. You have no one else is going to hire you. Where everybody else is getting 80 or 90 or 100, we're giving you 9,000, $250 a story for however many stories that was. So $9,000. And I had a lot of those moments. I thought I made my big break and I hadn't yet. So how did you get yourself through that? The break, but the disappointment of not being what you thought it was going to be.
Yeah. That's one of the scariest things because you're super excited thinking life is going to go one way, because and you're actually thinking it's going to go one way because like this is something that you've never experienced and it's something that you dreamt of and it's happening. Right. So for it to be happening but still not happen is like it's so tough to deal with, So it was times when I was like, dang, like they don't mess with me like that. Like, well, we could do this, and I'm always questioning myself. And I was questioning myself, like, was I good enough? And I was like, then I sat back and I was like, you know what? I'm good. This is what it is, and I gotta keep going at it. Gotta keep working. And
so you got to build yourself up while your dreams are kind of
Yeah.
tinkering back and forth, which is a lot of guys, they just quit and walk away from that.
Yeah.
And that's what I think separates people like you from all those cats that don't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, but you really got to fight to get what you want.
Right.
This is one guy a long time ago. I'll never forget it. This was a time when they had like MySpace out and everything like that. And I wanted to do music, and I used to see him hanging with all the celebrities and everybody, but I knew him, and I'm like, how can I get there? And he told me something very simple. He said, just keep working. And I never knew, it just sounded so cliche to me. So I was like, what, like, that's all you're gonna tell me is keep working? But it's the truth. It really is the truth. How simple and cliche that sounds. It's like, no, keep working. It just sounds like, it's like,
yeah,
I'm looking for like, I don't know what I expected him to tell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that is, you and I've talked about, I tell people all the time, look, if you want to be the best, find out who the best is and do more than them. That's it. Yep. That's the big secret, right? Yep. There's nothing else. Find out what they do and do more than them. And people look at me, our football players are coming all the time and our fighters, right? And I'll just say that. I'm like, find out who the best is at your position and do more. And they're like, same thing. Like, that's where you can tell me, yeah, you want to be this great quarterback? Let's find out what Tom Brady does and do more than them.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Right? The best defensive end, do more than them. Best linebacker, do more than them. And the number of people, OT, that have said to me, well, I can't do that. Well, then there's your answer right there.
Yeah. You gotta lock in. And so I'm just saying consistently, I'm just working. 2012 come by, 13 comes by, and when it gets to like 2013, 2014. Now it comes to 2014, and I'm in a club, like hammered, wasted, and I had a song called Touchdown at the time, and it was really big regionally, especially around like LA and everything like that. And so that's when I ran into to Busta Rhymes at the time, and he was telling me he wanted to do a deal with me, and I was like, all right, so let's go talk. So we went to the studio, we talked about it, and we did a deal with Atlantic. So I got him a label deal over there. He got a label deal through me at Atlantic Records. And so we did that deal.
Wait, back to hold on. I don't want to just gloss this over. That's what you're looking for, right? That's like, oh my God, that's not a one-song deal. This is a That's it. You talk about touchdown. Yeah. You scored it, touchdown.
Yeah.
What, so tell me, take me behind your eyes of like, oh my God, I've worked so hard. You kept working and now you got this. Tell me what that felt like.
It felt really, I was like, damn, I'm like, it's happening again. You
didn't trust it.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, it's happening again. Okay, so but I was so excited because I walked in I walked in a label meeting, and it was like so many producers and artists and DJs, A&Rs, presidents that I've done research on, just from me being an artist and trying to figure out who's who to get my music to, and I'm seeing all these people in one room, and they're all like, yo, we think you're so dope. So this is the top of 14, right? Now, this is what happens. So they gave me some money. They gave me some money. Jay, when I tell you, I was going crazy. I'm over there getting champagne over here, getting this over there, doing that, to where I'm not even working. It's kind of like I lost myself. I touched some money that I never touched in my life, and I'm like, I'm just having fun with that. And
you're like, I made it.
I made it. Yeah. I made it. But I'm like, I know I made it, but I'm like, damn, I'm not working. So there's months going by. From January, it got to maybe September. From January to September, I didn't drop nothing. And so my A&R gets on the phone, and he spoke to my manager, and I wanted to know what the conversation was about. My manager was like, look, basically what they're saying is in December they're gonna drop you. I was like, they're gonna drop me? He was like, yeah, you ain't put out no music. You know what I mean? You ain't put out no music, no nothing, like they're gonna drop you. And I'm like, damn, okay, I gotta tighten up. So I tighten up, I lock in. I said, you know what? I gotta chill. And I'm recording, and I recorded CoCo this one night. And so I recorded, I'm like, oh, that's the one, that's hard, right? And so now I have another song. And this is why a lot of the time I say, you know, you got to trust your gut. You know, you can't really let people think for you, you know, because I'm okay with, like, if I take an L, I'm okay taking the L that I wanted to take rather than somebody put me in that position and I took an L. So now I recorded CoCo, but then I have another song. This is September. And I have this other song that they were really interested, like the label was interested in. They were like, you know what, we're going to shoot this video. I said, you know what? All right, cool. They shoot the video. This is big, I like a huge production, you know, like huge. They had to spend at least like $300,000, $200,000 for this video, right? The video was crazy. And I'm like, damn, this is like I look like I'm an artist now. I know now I look like I'm an artist,
right?
You know. So I'm super excited. The video comes out. I hated it. I was like, what? What happened to this? What happened to that? What happened to this? What happened to that part? And that's when I start learning creatively, like the editor is just important as a director. You know, and how you edit your shots, because there were so many dope shots that I saw, and I was like, why is that not in there? Why is that not in there? And it was a thing where the director was sending it to the editor. And so the editors, you know, right now I feel strongly about
it's his vision instead of yours.
Exactly. And he wasn't even here.
Wow.
He was at the shoot. So now he's just getting something and just putting something together. I hated it. It was like, and then Buster was like, what do you mean? Like, yo, this is crazy. I'm looking really crazy right now. To even, it's kind of like, you don't even have no room to say you hate it. What do you mean you hate it? And so I'm like, I don't like it. I said, what do you want to do? I was like, I got something else that I recorded the other night. And he looked so sick. And I'm like, yeah, man, I got something else. So we go to the projects, you know, shoot the CoCo video. And
did they have to drop another $300,000 for that?
No.
Okay.
That was free.
That was free.
You see how that looked.
Okay.
And so we go shoot that video. And the second I put it out, it changed my life instantly. Wow. Boom, just spread like wildfire. I mean, I would say, Jay, in 2.5 weeks, I was already doing shows everywhere. In like 2.5 weeks. I went in 2.5 weeks. I started off in New York. Doing, and I saw so many people there, but I only got one song, you know? I saw so many people there, and it's like, it's sold out. All of them, they're like, all the shows in New York are sold out. It's like, we got to see that guy. So most of the times you'll go, people will have like a long run with a hit record. They have a long run in the US and then they go overseas.
Right.
I was going overseas before I was finishing my US run. So overseas, they were grabbing me over there. And like, as far as to book me, you would have to book me 3 months in advance.
Wow.
That's how much I was booked. And I was booked every single day. And so there'll be times where I'll go to not there, like all the time, actually. I'll go to a city. Let's say if I go to Miami, when I go there, some people are like, well, you can't perform at this spot or you can't perform at this spot or whatever. No, when I get there, I'm performing at every single spot. I don't care if I was across the street last night, I'm across the street tomorrow because they knew that I wasn't coming back. Like once he performs here, he's gone.
Right.
So if he's coming, the way the routing is set up is, if he's coming to Miami, he probably won't be in Miami again for a long time because everybody wants him.
And are you doing? You got it. You're there because you're famous because of the one song. But are you then doing other songs also?
Other songs, yeah. I would do other songs that people don't know, not familiar with.
Right.
And then they'll be like, yeah. They'll look at me like this, and then that comes on, dum, dum. All you see is cell phones. People, everybody jumping over there. I perform it like 5 times in a row. You know what I mean? Like, and get the same response. So yeah. So that was it. That was
wow. Yeah, that was. Give advice to young rappers or performers who was in your position when you first got signed by 50 and got this deal, and you said you went out and spent all that money and just went after it. If you could tell that, if this version OT could tell that version OT some advice now, what would you say to him?
To a river, say that again.
If what you now know could tell the OT Genasis advice when you got signed, actually by Busta Rhymes, and you just went out and spent all that money instead of working your ass off, what would you tell that young OT?
I think it would be like everything would be all right, man. You know what I mean? everything would be all right. I'm we tend to always be, get nervous and scared. Obviously, like I always say to myself, I'm like, sometimes I got to calm myself down, because I'm like, when you're in the know and you don't know what's going to happen next, that's when we get really, we get nervous.
Yeah, living in question sucks. That's anxiety.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, that part right there sucks, especially if, it already sucks, but it really sucks when you feel like I'm doing everything right, or you feel that you're doing everything right. Like, it kind of sucks, because you're like, damn, I just hope this happens, But yeah.
So I want to go back also. When you get signed by 50, do you get money up front, or is it based on sales of what he does?
Yeah, I would get money up front. It wouldn't be that much.
Not that much, right? Not going back to the hood telling everybody I'm rich.
No, hell no.
Is there a lot of money when you first sign that big record deal, or when you sign with Busta, or does it come after your song makes it?
That was a lot of money right there. It was advance. But then what you don't know, what people don't know, is you have to pay that back.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
So it's an advance.
It's an advance. Yeah, it's an advance.
Oh.
And they're like, you know what? This is this budget. This is it. But you pay it back through your sales. You know what I mean, and everything like that. But
so if they cut you, though, like you said, they were almost going to cut you if you didn't start coming out with stuff.
Yeah.
You still got to pay that back, or you're
no,
just...
I wouldn't have to pay it. I would have just been a tax write-off.
Okay. All right.
But I wish they would have cut me, because if they would have cut me right then and there, then all that money, 100% of everything, would have been mine.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have had CoCo out there as a video yet.
No, but the thing is, when it happened, it just happened. Like, I just put it up on YouTube and it just went. So they didn't even work it at radio yet. They didn't work it at any. It just went.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that part. Oh,
yeah. So that was the craziest thing about that record, because that record just shot like wildfire.
After that, what was your, like, again, you have a little success there, right? Or a lot of success with CoCo. What was the thing that your next step, I guess, where you're like, oh man, no, okay, I'm stringing some things together here. I'm kind of a big deal around here.
Yeah, I was always thinking that, I was like, you know what, I'm a big deal, but everybody kept saying, yo, what's next? What's next? What's next? Right. Just you deal with it, like, oh yeah, then you hear the one hit wonder thing, you hear it all day. And so I just buckled down, and then I had a song called Cut It right after that. and I dropped it. It went double platinum right out the gate. Bam.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So,
Wow.
so I just knew I was on fire then. I was like, nah, I can't stop me now. Once I did
Okay.
that, it's like,
So when you're hearing the one hit wonder stuff, does that scare you more or does it motivate you more?
it's 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 weird. It's motivating in a way. It's motivating in a way, but then it's kind of scary because you kind of like you don't know what somebody else is going to think about your music. You know, I know that this song doesn't sound like this song. This song may not sound like this song. This song may not sound like this song. So you're really like it is motivating, but it's like maybe this can go wrong.
Right? Because it's not full control.
Exactly. There you
Yeah.
go. There
Yeah.
you
And,
go.
again, the early days of my career, I would think I couldn't understand why someone wouldn't hire me.
Mhm.
Like it was 11 years of getting turned down and rejected. And I'm
Right.
like, what, so I knew I built a better mousetrap than everybody else.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
learned just because you build a better mousetrap doesn't mean everybody wants to buy it. And that was hard for me.
Right, right,
Right.
right, right. It's kind of like, oh, if if somebody said that to me and I was a basketball player, I'm like, okay, I can't wait to get the ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're in full control of that.
Yes.
So, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But in here, it's like, oh, wow, we have to, we gotta hear it. If we like it, we like it. If we don't, we don't.
What's the coolest thing that's happened to you on your journey in your career?
I would say the coolest thing that happened to me would be like me performing and watching people like cry. I ain't seen nobody cry since Michael Jackson. I saw I was in, no, I was in I had a show in it was in Taiwan, and I'm seeing men and they're crying. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's you. When I get off the plane, they're like, oh wow, you know what I mean? And that part right there is like it's super super dope because you're looking at yourself and you're like, damn, I work so hard, but damn, I mean so much to somebody who I don't even know.
That's cool.
Um,
That's you lifting people up and being of service
yeah,
but just doing something you love. That's
yeah,
the ultimate prize.
yeah, yeah,
That's
absolutely.
that's pretty damn cool. What's the biggest thing that's happened? Like a celebrity that's recognized you. So I'm a big fan, and you're like, oh my God, this just happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My as far as it would have to be who like well of course Beyonce, but as far as like um sports I would have to say Allen Iverson. He came up to me in the club. He was like, "Yo, you the GOAT." I was like, "What?" Oh, you got to know what that stuff felt like to me. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" You know, He's like, I'm like, "Yo, this is the dude that crossed Mike." You know
Right,
what I
right.
mean? Telling me you know what I mean? Telling me I'm the GOAT. So yeah, like as far as like sports, it would have to be him. Like I'm cool with LeBron and all them
Yeah.
guys too, but the one that came like for somebody to come up to me and be like, "Yo, you the GOAT, bro. You just don't know. I'm telling you right now, you da da da." Like having that full conversation with me for like 30 minutes, it was like AI.
How did it come that Beyonce used your song? Like how's that for Coachella? How does
No,
that go down? And yeah,
yo, so this is what happens. This is crazy because I had a show in North Carolina. I'll never forget. I had a show in North Carolina, and then I had an after party appearance. And so I did the show. I had an after party appearance. Um, when I was driving to the after party was like an hour out. And so I'm going to be in the car and my phone is going crazy, but I keep once again, it's like I'm just ignoring everybody. So I'm ignoring everybody because my phone is on the aux cord. So my phone is on the aux cord and I'm playing music. So I'm just ending everybody who's you know what I mean, who's calling.
right,
I might have a long drive. I'm trying to,
right.
trying to stay, you know what I mean, turned up. So I'm in, I'm pressing in, I'm pressing in, I'm pressing in. And I keep pressing in, and then my brother had texted me. My brother texted me like, "Yo, you see Beyonce?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm texting him like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "She on the Coachella stage right now." when I looked at my phone was crazy. My Instagram was crazy. It was bumblebees everywhere. Everybody putting this whole beehive thing. It was bumblebees everywhere, all over my phone, all over my text. Everybody's hitting me. I look at I go look at the show. I was like, never. It looked just so crazy, bro. I couldn't even believe it.
So you didn't know going into it she was going to use your song?
No, I didn't.
Seriously?
Yeah, I didn't know this at all. I didn't know this.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Back it up here. Hold on a second. Beyonce goes to Coachella, does one of your songs. You have no idea going in.
No, I didn't know at all. I didn't know at all. So that was the thing. And then later she reached out to management and asked, and they asked, can they use it throughout the tour? And we was like, hell yeah, you can. You don't have to ask me.
Did you ever talk to her about it?
Huh? No, I didn't talk to her about it at that
Still
time.
to this day?
No, still to this day.
You're kidding me. Beyonce, reach out to OT. You gotta be kidding me. Really?
Yeah, and I performed at her show, but DJ Khaled brought me out LA. They had the On the Run tour. I performed twice on a tour, but I still haven't met her yet.
That's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So
Yeah.
wait, do you again, I don't know your business. Do you get paid when she sings your song, or is it just like, hey, more people know who I am, so I get paid that way?
Oh, it was she would raise the streams up and everything like that. So yeah, I do get paid because she's bringing awareness, you know.
Damn right, she raised the streams up.
It was so crazy. So because when I dropped the song, when I dropped that song, Everybody Mad, I dropped it, but it sounded totally different from like the regular club song that I would do. But I always thought it was dope. So when I dropped it, all the DJs were like fronting on it, like, oh, but that don't sound like the regular OT we know. 2 months later, Beyonce does this.
Wow.
You know, and then it just goes everywhere.
That's unbelievable, dude. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Man, hey, when we're training in Unbreakable, you better come with some better material, like stories like this.
Yeah,
you got to chime in and do your part. It's unbelievable. I've been friends with you for 6 years. I never knew this. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hey, tell again, you and I are man, brothers, we're training partners. We hit each other in the head quite a bit, but we open up to each other a lot. And that's what's great about our place, Unbreakable. That's what's great about having a fight team. A team is like, man, you just lean into your brothers in hard times. And you and I pride each other pretty much, you know, and that's what's beautiful about what we have over there at Unbreakable. Tell me just, you know, I always talk about this mental wealth, but kind of, you know, going and building your mental health or your physical health leads more to mental wealth. Since we started training together, what's training done for you, emotionally, physically, everything?
I love the training. I love the training. It's so important to me. It's so important that even when I'll do a show and fly in, get off the plane, drop my bags off, brush my teeth, and then go train. You know, it's so addicting, but it clears my mind. Super clears my mind. I'm always ready for the next step after I train. Helps me so much emotionally. Obviously, everybody in there are like great people. You know, I haven't been inside the gym where you meet somebody and you go, damn, that person's an asshole.
Right.
You know,
Besides me.
Yeah. That's what the sparring is for. Man, it's just great people, man. Good energy, good vibes. And physically, man, I'm always right. Like, you know, I go to certain places, they go, damn, we didn't know you were kind of jacked up like that. I'm like, yeah, man, what you mean? It's like, so like some of the football players that come in Unbreakable, they're like, damn, OT, man, you could have been a running back if you did. I'm like, man, I'm addicted to it, you know. Like
people don't know I do have OT train with our football player when they're in. I have them wrestle with them. Yeah. I have them go combo, like spar with it. Like he's part of the team, man. And guys, and again, that's the thing. It's like you lift them up, they lift you up. That's the whole part of having a team.
Yeah. And I really get them going when I look at them and I'll be like, hey, don't have a rapper, I'll work you, bro. You want to really get to him. You want to really get to him? Don't have a rapper, I'll work you, bro.
You do though. You outwork pretty much everybody in there. All right, so here's my last question here, brother. I ask all my guests this. Give me your unbreakable moment. And what I mean by that, give me the moment that could have broken you or should have broken you and didn't. And as a result, you came through the other side of that tunnel stronger and unbreakable forever.
I would say it would probably have to be like going back and forth to like jail, like going back and forth, doing jail time, trying to figure things out, one like having a dream, not and having a dream, but still being a product of your environment, but you still want this dream. So, you're trying to survive where you're coming from, and still get what you need to get done, And so it's like, how can I go back somewhere so dangerous, but I'm trying to be so positive? And oftentimes I say like, it's places that like where I come from, in my old neighborhoods where it's like it kind of like forces you to become a monster in some certain type of way. I don't want to promote that, but it like forces you to become a monster in some type of way because you're trying to survive. You're trying to survive. Yep. You're trying to, like you rather be a shark than be fooled, And so, but while you're doing that, there's consequences for that. So there's consequences for that, but you're like, damn, like that was the whole thing where we say in our neighborhood, like I would rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. That's where all that comes from. But I stay the course, man, and at most times I go, you know what, let's go this way. Or sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna be on this side of town right now. I'm gonna chill with my cousins on this side of town. I'm gonna lock in and make sure I go do this and finesse and figure my way into just being on the right path and not having to put myself around too much of the, danger or anything that'll make you do something, out of your character. And I just stayed the task, man. And I kept it going, and that's what I think I'm probably most proud of.
Man, I'm proud too, man. I'm proud to call you teammate, proud to call you brother, and I'm proud to call you Unbreakable.
Thank you, brother.